Humans are drawn to disaster. It's in our nature. From the earliest days of our existence, we have been fascinated by the forces that can upend our lives in an instant. We are captivated by stories of destruction, chaos, and the unknown. The news media knows this well, often leading with the most dramatic and catastrophic events to capture our attention. From natural disasters like earthquakes and hurricanes to man-made catastrophes like engineering failures and technological mishaps, these events remind us of our vulnerability. We are both terrified and strangely attracted to the possibility of widespread disruption. It's a paradox of human nature. Our fear fuels our curiosity. This fascination with disaster stems from a primal instinct to understand and prepare for threats to our survival. We seek knowledge to protect ourselves and our loved ones. It is a reminder of the fragility of our existence and the power of forces beyond our control. Each disaster story is a stark reminder of how quickly our world can change. The Y2K bug, a seemingly innocuous computer glitch, tapped into this primal fear, capturing the global imagination and sparking widespread panic. It was a unique disaster, one that combined our fear of technology with our fear of the unknown. As the 20th century drew to a close, the world braced itself for a technological apocalypse. The countdown to the year 2000 was filled with anxiety and uncertainty. The fear was palpable, fueled by sensationalist media reports and dire predictions of societal collapse. People prepared for the worst, stocking up on supplies and making contingency plans. The 20th century witnessed an unprecedented acceleration of technological advancement, particularly in the field of computing. What began with bulky, room-sized machines evolved into increasingly sophisticated and ubiquitous devices, transforming every aspect of modern life. From communication and transportation to finance and healthcare, computers became the backbone of our global infrastructure. This rapid technological revolution, however, was not without its growing pain. As computers became more complex, so too did the potential for unforeseen consequences. The Y2K bug, a ticking time bomb hidden deep within the code that powered our digital world, emerged as a stark reminder that even the most sophisticated technology is only as good as its programming. The Y2K bug, also known as the Millennium bug, stemmed from a seemingly trivial programming shortcut used in the early days of computing. This shortcut was a result of the limited memory and storage capacities of early computer systems. To save precious memory space, programmers used two-digit codes to represent years, assuming that the first two digits, 19, were implied. This method was efficient at the time, given the constraints they were working under. For example, the year 1999 was shortened to 99. This practice was widespread and became a standard in many software applications and systems. This shortcut, however, created a critical problem as the year 2000 approached. The two-digit year format could not distinguish between the years 1900 and 2000. When the clock struck midnight on January 1st, 2000, computers around the world were programmed to interpret 00 as 1900, not 2000. This misinterpretation had the potential to cause significant disruptions. This date discrepancy had the potential to wreak havoc on computer systems that relied on accurate date calculations, potentially leading to widespread system failures, data corruption, and economic chaos. The fear was that everything from banking systems to power grids could be affected, causing a ripple effect across various sectors globally. The Y2K bug was not a single, easily identifiable error, but rather a pervasive problem embedded in countless software programs and systems worldwide. It was a legacy of the early days of computing, when memory and processing power were limited and programmers employed shortcuts to conserve these precious resources. At the time, the year 2000 seemed like a distant future, and the potential consequences of this shortcut were not fully grasped. As the 20th century progressed and computer systems became increasingly interconnected, the potential impact of the Y2K bug became increasingly apparent. The problem was exacerbated by the fact that many of these legacy systems were poorly documented, making it difficult to assess the full extent of the problem. Section 5. Whispers in the wind, early warnings ignored. The Y2K bug was not a sudden revelation. In fact, some programmers had recognized the potential problem as early as the 1970s. However, their warnings were largely ignored dismissed as a distant concern. At the time, the focus was on developing new features and functionalities, not on addressing potential problems that seemed decades away. As the 1980s progressed and the year 2000 loomed larger, a few voices began to raise concerns about the potential impact of the Y2K bug. These early warnings, however, were often met with skepticism and resistance. Some argued that the problem was overblown, while others believed that there was ample time to address the issue. Section 6, A Decade of Anxiety, the 1990s, and the Y2K bug. It wasn't until the 1990s that the Y2K bug began to receive widespread attention. As the new millennium approached, the media seized upon the issue, publishing sensationalist headlines and broadcasting dire predictions of societal collapse. The public, bombarded with images of crashing airplanes, failing power grids, and financial meltdown, grew increasingly anxious. Governments and businesses around the world began to take notice, recognizing the potential for widespread disruption and economic damage. The race was on to assess the potential impact of the Y2K bug and implement solutions before the clock struck midnight on January 1st, 2000. So, Section 7, The Media's Maelstrom, Amplifying Fears and Uncertainty. The media played a significant role in shaping public perception of the Y2K bug. While it is important to acknowledge the media's role in raising awareness of the issue, it is also crucial to recognize the role that sensationalism and fear-mongering played in amplifying public anxiety. Headlines screamed of impending doom, and news reports often focused on worst-case scenarios, painting a picture of a world on the brink of technological collapse. This media frenzy, while arguably contributing to the sense of urgency that spurred action, also created a climate of fear and uncertainty. As the year 2000 approached, the line between legitimate concern and unfounded panic became increasingly blurred. Section 8. A Global Call to Arms, Collaborative Action and Preparation. Despite the challenges and the media-fueled frenzy, the global response to the Y2K bug was a testament to human ingenuity and collaboration. Governments, businesses, and organizations around the world recognized the shared threat and worked together to address the problem. Y2K task forces were established, bringing together experts from various fields to assess the potential impact of the bug and develop solutions. Countless hours were spent reviewing and revising code, updating software, and replacing outdated hardware. The effort was immense, requiring a global coordinated effort to ensure that critical systems were ready for the new millennium. Section 9. Aftermath and Legacy, A New Millennium, Lessons Learned. The year 2000 arrived with a collective sigh of relief. People around the world celebrated the dawn of a new millennium with grand festivities, fireworks, and a sense of hope for the future. The Y2K bug, while not without its minor glitches, did not result in the widespread chaos that many had feared. The months leading up to the new year were filled with anxiety and preparation as programmers worked tirelessly to fix potential issues. The world did not grind to a halt. Planes did not fall from the sky, and financial systems did not collapse. The anticipated disasters were averted thanks to the diligent efforts of countless professionals. The coordinated efforts of countless individuals and organizations had averted a potential global crisis. This monumental task required collaboration across borders and industries, showcasing the power of teamwork and shared goals. The Y2K bug, though ultimately a non-event in terms of its predicted impact, left an indelible mark on the world. It highlighted the vulnerabilities in our technological infrastructure and the importance of proactive measures. It served as a stark reminder of the importance of long-term planning in software development, emphasizing the need for foresight in addressing potential issues before they become critical. The need to address technical debt, which can accumulate over time and lead to significant problems if not managed properly, and the interconnectedness of our increasingly digital world. The Y2K experience underscored how deeply intertwined our systems are and how a problem in one area can have far-reaching consequences.